Aussies are spending like they're not worried. Let's have a look. Good evening everyone, Florian Heiser here and welcome to our first ever video for 2023. Grab your stein of coffee or your celebratory rum and Coke if you're still recovering from your New Year's Eve celebrations, and let's talk about the spending that occurred on Boxing Day, because it looks like Aussies are not worried, guys. It looks like they're not worried. So this is one thing I wanted to keep an eye on, retail discretionary spending. I've made the argument before that when people take a hit to their personal finances because of mortgages going up, that means they need to take a bit more of their disposable cash and throw it at their mortgage. And I made the argument we might see this in retail spending. But here's another thing I thought about. The people who were going gun-ho, saving to chuck everything at their house and their mortgage, those that haven't given up, if they all of a sudden go from a stage where they were saving like nutcases just to get a deposit to now they have to do the same but just throw it all off the mortgage, will that be detected in retail or discretionary spending? Are they going to make that much of an impact, or is it just going to turn back into we're saving like nutcases for a deposit mode for it? The real question is, will the wider consumer confidence impact on retail spending and discretionary spending, and is that going to influence the Reserve Bank to lift rates up again? So, anyway, let's check this out. So Aussies are spending. Boxing Day spending has just gone up, and let me have a little bit of my rum and Coke. This is left over from the live stream. I hope you all had a great first day for 2023. I had quite a relaxing one. It was awesome. So this is what the media is reporting. Mirage News, record-breaking $74.5 billion retail spend on Boxing Day. And remember, now we've got all the Black Friday stuff too, where people get the deals then. So I don't know, is Boxing Day that big anymore? We didn't go shopping on Boxing Day. I've done it enough. We've gone to Harbour Town on the Gold Coast enough on Boxing Day, and it just doesn't feel cheap enough. Sales shoppers say Australia's cost of living crisis drives search for Boxing Day bargains. I think that's a bit of a stretch there from The Guardian, to be honest. People may be saying that, but they've always been going for Boxing Day bargains. Always. It's just been insane. As a male going shopping on Boxing Day, it's been utterly nuts. Retailers prepare for $23.5 billion in sales as shoppers enjoy Boxing Day after restrictions ease. I mean, there you go. Were there restrictions? I guess compared to previous years, sure. And then post-Christmas shopping footfall beats Boxing Day. There you go. Guys, it's just going nuts. And let's have a look at the consumer confidence data. This is from Trading Economics, and you can see it's ticked up. It's gone up, increased 3%. That's the headline. It sounds good, 3% up. But we've got to keep it in mind. It's still low. 100 is where you want to be. So, yeah, we were very confident, when everyone's getting free money, and now it's just tanked. So while it has gone up, it still has plunged down a fair bit. And let's jump over and we'll have a look here, and I'm trying to do this a little different. We'll have a look at what the Australian Retailers Association are saying. Let me just move over here about this. This is their media release, and this is what a lot of those articles were based on. So unprecedented growth on Boxing Day as pre-Christmas retail spending hits a record $74.5 billion. So are people worried? Or are people just going, to hell with it, I'll put it on credit card, I'll put it on Afterpay, she'll be right, mate. It could be that. It is Australia after all. It could definitely be that. I mean, let us know in the chat, guys, what did you do for Boxing Day and for Christmas? Did you spend a lot? I guess we did, but not as much as in the past. So, Australia's pre-Christmas spending splurge has defied all expectations, reaching a record-breaking $74.5 billion, up 8.6% on last year, according to exclusive data by the Australian Retailers Association partnership with Westpac DataX. Now, I'm assuming this is similar to CommBank, where they get all the financial and credit card data. Boxing Day trading also saw unprecedented growth, up 15.3% from last year to notch a massive 1.23 billion spend for the day. And you've got to put this into perspective, guys. Our entire, I think, iron ore sector last time I checked was 60 billion. That entire industry. Well, tourism was that. Do I have that here? Hang on. No, not at the moment. I'll find it again. But yeah, so 70 billion is big spend. So it looks like people aren't worried. The ARA CEO, Paul Zara, said, "It is an unparalleled result after several years of disruption. This is without a doubt the biggest festive season spend on record. It's unprecedented. It is remarkable that in this period of economic turbulence, traders have well and truly smashed it out of the ballpark as consumers reveled in freedom spending." I mean, maybe it's just life is getting back to normal. Is that what we're seeing? An unrivaled 74.5 billion spend leading up to Christmas still didn't diminish the spending appetite of Aussies leading into the year's marquee retail savings event. The last 3 years have been incredibly challenging for everyone. The retail traders were certainly no exception. No, not yeah. I mean, it's a tough game anyway, and most of them make their money during this period. Resilience and agility of the industry has been remarkable. There are many elements driving this record spending. Aussies are seeing shopping as an experience and a reward after such a challenging period. That's an interesting take here, seeing it as an experience, because that is, in many ways, that's the whole design philosophy they're going for in these shopping centers. The whole food court, they jazz it all up, seating and make it like a resort, that type of thing. So, I mean, each to their own. Each to their own. We also know that price increases continue to elevate these numbers, with many Australians motivated to get in ahead of price rises and leveraged savings during the sales event. So here we go. That's a little interesting tidbit there, guys. Is this because Australians are starting to experience inflation for the first time? So they're thinking, okay, my money's going to have less purchasing power in 6 months' time. I better go out and spend it now. Are we really heading down that path? I mean, for some products, it can make a difference. I mean, that's something to consider. Shrugging off adversity, department stores drove the greatest growth on Boxing Day, up a whopping 23.6% on last year to reap a 149.4 million in sales. Cafes, restaurants, and takeaway food services were up 22.8%. Clothing and apparel, 19.8%. Boxing Day has once again cemented its status as the grand final of Australia's favourite sport shopping. Mate, property is Australia's favourite sport, not shopping. Not shopping. A bit of a call there, mate. Come on. What do you reckon, guys? Shopping or property? It's shopping for property. That's Australia's favourite sport. The success shared by department stores in particular is truly outstanding, defying many predictions by commentators. It's fantastic to also see the anticipated growth in clothing, footwear, and personal accessory sales, another category that has experienced strong headwinds in recent years. These fabulous results really tie a bow on an extremely successful year for retail as we head into a period of greater uncertainty in 2023. Jade Clark, head of Westpac DataX, said spending remains strong despite the rising cost of living. We're delighted to support the Australian Retailers Association with a timely and deeper view into this critical revenue period for our retailers, Ms. Clark said. Westpac DataX has leveraged de-identified card spending data, there you go, to provide the ARA and its retailers access to important insights during this key trading time. Yeah, it's all the credit card data they harvest off you. This is another reason why they don't want you using cash, because this is valuable. This is valuable data. I couldn't get the access to it for free, and I'm cheap. The data shows that despite a year of increasing living costs, Australian retail sales have remained strong over the holiday period, improving on last year. And we can see here, let's have a look. Actually, you know what? We will jump back over to the PowerPoint, and I've got the numbers here. So we can see food retailing, Boxing Day 22, it's up 7.6%. From the pre-Christmas period, it's up 8.8%. And even November, it's all up. So everything is up, guys. Look at this. Everything is up. What's the highest? 23% department stores. Boxing Day, change from 2021. So everything is up from 2021. Now, what they don't give us here, and I don't know if they don't have access to that data, is the trend. How far are we up from normal figures? So this all sounds fantastic, which, I mean, these are big numbers too. I guess it's, well, the highest on record. So, yeah, these are big numbers. So it shows you guys, people are not worried, at least not yet. And that could be because the interest rate cliff of people coming off their fixed interest mortgages hasn't materialized. Or maybe this is just people that have enough money that they don't care. We've got a big class divide here in Australia. Or they're people who've still got years on their fixed mortgage. Or it's the good old Afterpay, credit card, she'll be right, mate. And we'll see what happens in January. Anyway, guys, let's have a talk about it. As I said, I mean, how is this going to impact the RBA? Is this going to make them increase rates again? So maybe, or is it a whole lot of people that have given up on any hope of getting a house, so they're just spending like crazy? They think we're never going to get a house, we might as well just enjoy life. We'll have to see, guys. Or is it the fact that the people who are, well, the people who are going to most be impacted by these rate rises are the ones that recently FOMO'd in, and, you know, how long have they had away from saving like a nutcase for a deposit that they're just going to go back to that lifestyle and not spend on any of these things? We'll have to see, guys. Let's just hope it's not Afterpay and credit cards. It's going to be, isn't it? It's just going to be a shitload of Afterpay and credit cards. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Check out my other channels, Heiser BIM and Heiser Says International, at least until I rebrand the HSI. And if you want to support us, you can financially on YouTube or Patreon, using our referral links, buying our merch, or calling us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode of Heiser Says. Have a great night, and enjoy the beginning of 2023. I didn't even last till 10 o'clock. We went to bed early. We're getting so old and boring. Did anyone watch the ABC footage? I'm told it was terrible. Take care, guys.